What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Find Your True Fire podcast. Today we have a special interview. JT, man, how are you doing? Can you introduce yourself?
I'm good, man. What's happening, man? My name is JT. JT Chronicles, all about positivity. I'm a motivational speaker. I live on Cape Cod, and this is just a lot of stuff, man. I'm excited. You and I got to meet because of your dad, which is like, there's no mistakes what's happening right now. So I'm excited, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. This is water, just so you keep keeping it home. You know, this is like, yo.
Absolutely. We drink water out here. But no, it's an honor to meet you too. It's
Thank
cool
you.
how there's different ways of connecting to people, and like sometimes it might be one person connecting. It's all a bridge, man. So it's super cool, super excited to get to know more about you and even our audience as well. And for the people listening, JT, can you tell us a little bit about like what you do and what you like to do?
Well, like I said, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm also a father. I'm a husband. I started doing my JT Chronicles basically to help people find their goals, find their affirmations. And I just always loved making people smile, making people happy. And when I saw myself not going down the path I wanted to go down, I had to reset. And so I learned a lot from a lot of failures, a lot of, different tragedies, loss of friends, parents, work, just everything, just looking at everything that was around me. And I had to like, damn, this is not me. This is not me. So my goals and my mission is helping people reach their goals and realizing where they need to be and just helping them reset and put them on that right path. So,
yeah, that's a good point. I think because I was looking at your site a little bit about positivity. I love how you preach that, in a world of negativity is needed, man. So we appreciate it. And one thing that caught my you mentioned reset, and I think when I hear the word reset, sometimes I think like start over, but sometimes starting over can be like a hard thing to do, but also a good thing to do at the same time, to like reset and, like you say, get back on the right path.
Resetting is probably, it sounds easy because you got your video games, you hit the reset, you start over again and everything. And that's just like life. Like you can hit that reset button. The thing is though, you got to look at yourself and really, that's the biggest thing people don't do. It's hard for them to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, dude, I messed up. I messed up hard. I really messed up hard. Like I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. And when you do that, that's because you're carrying all that stuff on your shoulders, and it's your heart. And as much as you might try to be hard all day, like you're still human. You got that pain inside. And what happens when you hold on to stuff for a long time, you start giving that anger to somebody else that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Instead of what you could actually really, right? You could always just stop it and just like reset, boom, let it out. I look in the mirror. I've done it a few times. I forgave certain people that did me wrong, or I might have done them wrong, or we might have done each other wrong. And I was like, you know what? You don't always have to call them and be like, yo, I'm sorry, man. Da, da, da. If you can, you want to, that's great. Sometimes people aren't going to take it that way. But I was like, I forgive you. I forgive myself. I looked in the mirror, dude. I just like choking up because I'm like, I had to speak about things that I hadn't spoken. I hadn't said it. We all got stuff to get inside. You haven't even talked about. You haven't said it at a long time. When you speak it, that's giving it power. You know what I mean? And when I say I forgive you, I'm going to change my life like right now. Dude, I just felt so much weight just come right off me.
Wow.
Like it was crazy. And then things started happening because you're blocking all your positive energy, man. You're blocking all your gifts and all your blessings by holding on to all that anger and negativity. So reset. Every day you can reset like 20 times a day because things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can. That's real.
Yeah, reset, refresh. I think that it's needed, man. I haven't tried. I'm gonna try that after this podcast. I'll tell you what. When I look in the mirror and just in ways even just forgive myself of maybe things that like you can regret on your own, and even just refreshing. It's honestly a great refresh to do. That sounds like a really good technique.
It's good.
Like it.
Yeah, I do that, and I have a program that we started too that'll start in 2025, and that's part of it. And it's just like I'm gonna take small groups of like 10 to 20 kids as a whole thing we have. It's called setting the tone, and resetting is part of that. But you start with that right there. Forgive yourself. Say I'm sorry, and like I said, you don't have to call that person If you want to, you can too, but sometimes it's just like, because you already know it's going to be a conflict if you call them and you get to a whole thing. So you got to weigh it out yourself. But forgive yourself, forgive them. So, I said to somebody, a girl I was dating, and the stuff she did to me, and I was like, you know what? I forgive you for what you did to me. I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to hold any anger to it. I'll let it go. I let it go. I mean, I really said it. You got to mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really mean that. And the next morning, I just asked for certain things. There's a whole program in the steps. I'll tell you about that later, but there's steps. But starting with that one, you're looking at yourself in the mirror when you're done. I mean, really think about it, man. Like, and be open, because you're the only one that knows if you're being truthful or not.
That's facts.
Because some things you might not, your dad might not know, your family might not know. There's certain things that you have going on and it might just be for you. So you gotta try it. I love it. That's why I'm like the way I am, man. I'm telling you, oh man, I had to let some things go.
Let them go, man. Yep.
Oh, I apologize for stealing that cereal back in '84. I took it. Sorry.
Hey, man, but with that, you get to let go and move forward. That's an acceleration, how you move forward. So.
But you got to understand that there can be a payback. That karma is real. So you can't be like, man, why me? Like, no. Think about what the thing about karma is. It might be quick. It might be years later down the road. So you can't always be mad and like it's karma happens. We gotta accept it. All right, that could have been for this. It could have been for that. But it's just like I said. It's all about resetting and learning.
Yeah, I love that. That's good. I think because that kind of helps me with my next question. I was gonna ask you, like,
okay,
because you mentioned resetting, you mentioned positivity, but is there any other values that kind of drive your decisions in like what you do?
I wish. Yeah, I have 2 kids. I have family. I look at what I have to show them, what I want them to see. You know what I mean? Because they're watching me too, and they've taught me. They've actually called me on my BS when I was about to give up. I did a small part. I'm not gonna get the whole thing. I did a concert. I used to do concerts all kind. I used to put on shows, all kinds of things. With major artists, like major artists that you see every day. And so their manager and the promoter I was dealing with, I've dealt with the promoter a few times, and everything was cool. But this one time, the manager of the artist and the promoter, they wanted to be funny, and they beat me for some money. I'm talking like it was up there. We're talking, it was up there, and it was it was like over 20 grand after all said and done. I mean, I had to pay, and I paid to be right back, because the one thing I've always had going for me is my name, my reputation. That's what you got to remember. That's your reputation. So what do you want to be known for? So I gave everybody their money back that came to the club. I had like 1,200 people. Packed. They sold out. Wow. And so I said, you want to go? The artist didn't show up. And I was like, I'm done doing all this. I'm done. I don't want to do no more shows. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of all the entertainment. I'm done. My kids were like, no. And they were like, you always told us you got to reset and don't worry about that. And things will work out. And this happened for a reason. And I just looked at them. I was like, y'all really telling me this right now? Like, I want to hear this. It's like, I just drained your bank account. I just drained that bank account. Like, I mean, I was broke. I drained it. It took me like 2.5 years to pay everybody back. I'm doing my taxes. I'm working. I'm borrowing money. And it was absolutely crazy. But my kids are right. And they're like, and they remember that. They put it this way. It got to the point where they wouldn't even listen to the artist. If the artist came on the radio, change it, click, change it. Yeah. It was bad. I couldn't even speak it. I actually, when I speak at schools and businesses, and I talk about, that's one of my parts. I never speak the artist's name. I give it no energy.
Wow.
I give it no energy. So you remember, because your words are powerful, right? You know that, like your words, like when you speak things out, like sometimes you might be going out like, man, I hope I don't run into that girl. Bam, there she is around the corner. Stop speaking. You put it out there, right? So it's I give this no energy. I'm sure I'll see this artist someday. They might not even remember me. They might not remember it at all. because it's weird. I keep having this. I'm growing with what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm gonna see this artist at some point in time, and I'm not gonna know if he even remembers me or remembers the. If I said the situation, he would, but I'm sure they would flip it because they turned around and the manager at the time posted like that was never true. That was a Yankee promoter. They ripped you guys off like that. Like we never had. I was like, no, we've been talking for like months. Contract, everything. It was crazy. It was the whole thing was crazy. I was like, wow, you're trying to put it on me? It's okay. It's like, all right. So yeah. So that was big, man, about me like not wanting to even do it, but I had to learn. I had to learn. That's like it's still I can talk about it now and it doesn't bother me like it used to. But that's a real big thing on resetting, and changing things that happen. Yeah, I love it. I do. I love what I do, man. I just love it.
Love it. Yeah, no, that's really good. I think you mentioned it's crazy. Like sometimes it's hard to like take your own advice, if that makes sense. Like there's times where you forget it. You know what I mean? There's times where like you'll be coaching it, like your kids or like people that you want to be better than you in a way. It's like, hey, make sure you're doing this and that. Yeah. And then when they bring it up to you, it's like, oh shoot. Like,
yeah. Well, that right.
You just like, called me out my own. Yeah.
People say do it.
So like, crazy.
Like sometimes the parents just say, do as I say, not as I do. I'm like, yeah, but now the way things are nowadays, like you really have to I have to really think carefully when I go out and when I go certain places or when some stuff's about to go down. Cause I got people that are with me. I got like this female security staff. Like I call it because they like my security. It's like I got like my wife and like cousins and stuff. So and when we go out, and I was at a place and this dude just wanted to start something. I don't know why. Maybe because I was just getting attention from people. Like I just know people, so good energy attracts good energy. So I'm just laughing, making jokes, we're hanging out, and this dude stepped up to me like he wanted to. Like I'm like, what? I'm not bothering anybody, man. Out of nowhere, my wife. There's like 6 girls surrounding this dude, and they're like, "What's your problem?" And he looked at me. He's like, "What is?" I'm like, hey, listen. I got a female security. I got female ninja staff. Don't even play around. And everybody just started laughing. But it's like I have to think before I speak and before I do things because, especially being a person of color, and especially with the way everything's growing, I have to remember that we don't get the same chances. Like I can't really get a second chance at certain things. I don't want you to Google my name and all of a sudden JT Chronicles pops up, big brawl at this place. This one of Salt and Battery. I can't get that. You know what I mean? We don't get that chance. I need to keep saying, hosted a fundraiser for homeless or part of this thing for speaking at schools in this area or, TD Bank or Kevin Bacon videos or whatever it was. I want that to be the lead, like that it keeps growing. So it's hard because you get, man, your pride, you're a man, I'm a grown man, you're a grown man. Like, why? Like, and you got to remember, like, am I punking out? I'm like just thinking of a bigger picture. Is that person angry and they want to come at you because they see you're doing what you love to do? And that's the big. So they want to knock you off yours just to take you off your pedestal, to take you off your path. And it happens It happens a lot. People watch, man. Even though you don't think they're watching.
Oh my gosh, every step.
Yeah, they do. It's not. And it's usually people sometimes that are closest to you that hurt you. That's true. Because somebody I know knew that situation was going to happen with me with the artist and didn't tell me.
Wow.
Yeah, I see your face. Yes.
Wow.
And he doesn't know to this day that I know that he knew.
Yikes.
Crazy, right? So I'm sure some of you, if your father hasn't told you, if you never heard it before, you know what, your friends, like certain people, you feed them with the long spoon. Keep them at a distance, right? Keep them out. So you know who they are. Watch how people treat other people. That's who they really are. I learned that. That's how they really are. Watch how they treat other people. Because that can be you on the other end.
Yeah. That's some gems, though. Yeah.
My circle's small, baby. Used to be my circle's small. I don't even know if it's a real circle. It's just a shape.
A triangle. That's funny.
But I love I love what I do. I'm like I just go, you know, you just do what you want to do, and everybody's not going to be cheering for you. Yeah, I think that's hard.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that too, just with your values and even a little bit about like past experiences, like on that tip, like how have those, like some of these past experiences and even your past interests helped you find your true passion and your purpose?
From being, if you didn't know, that's my boy band days back in the day. But I was like,
Hey.
Ladies, yeah, see, look, not that.
That was the
between the between the breakdancing back in the day, which we used to always do, and then the boy band stuff, and just, I'm not a tall dude. I'm not I'm not that 6'1", even though you think I am on the camera. I'm not. But anyways, I'm like the opposite, and so I always had to like work harder when it came to certain things, like either being picked on or being black. Just because my school at one point, there was like 6 of us, and they were like spread out. So it's a lot of stuff you got to you deal with. So I developed more of a sense of humor. I developed more of tougher skin to deal with stuff, even though I would try to blow it off and just rework it and flip it on them, and you learn how to just reset, like that, how to deal with things. So, but everything I went through, and then being a single dad was huge, because I was like a single dad for like 6 years. So I was dealing with the, his mother, and dealing with stuff like that, and then just co-parenting. Then got to be just me, and so everything I'm doing in learning, when I started to find my path, and that was because I was out of work, knee surgery. So my brother and my sister were like, "No, well, how you feeling?" I was like, "Yeah, I could always be worse." And so I would make little videos for them. They'd stop laughing, all that. And so while they were at work or home, there are people at work like, "Who are you laughing? Like, who are you watching?" They're like, "Oh, my brother Jonathan." And I'm like, they're like, "Oh, can you tag me in the video? Because I just want to see, like, I need to get myself energized for the day, because they're going to work." And a lot of people going to work and stressing out, and not, going right to the day with a positive attitude. So I started doing that. So I started doing like once a week, twice a week. And then when I got back to work, one day I was just like, bam, I just put the phone up on the dash of the shuttle that we used to have. It's called the morning bus ride. So whenever the shuttle came pick us up at my job, we're driving in for like 1 or 2 minutes, it's popping up there. "So what's happening, Mr. JT? Welcome to the morning bus ride." My man Bob's driving the bus. Bob's like, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like, "Shh, just go with it, man." And it was just making people feel good, understand, like we talk about different things, like like that resetting, like and the weather's crazy out there, drive safe, black ice, get up early, you kids going to school, get up early, start shoveling the path. So whatever it was that we felt like talking about, I was doing, and I kind of made my path. It's like, what do I like doing? And I like making people feel good. That's a big thing. Like, what do you like to do? But what you find is you can't tell everybody what you want to do, because they're not going to understand it, because it's not for them, it's for you. So sometimes you got to keep that stuff to yourself and just do it. And they'll be like, "Oh, dude, you should have told me." It's like, I'm good. Because some people try to take you off of that, and they'll throw little monkey wrenches into your operation.
Yeah. Without trying to sometimes, which is tough. Not everybody's going to be able to see the vision,
No, because it's not for them. It's yours.
Exactly.
Right? It's yours. And if they don't know what they want to do, they'll pull you, they can pull you down. If they're not trying to help you, just watch, just look, really pay attention. If they're not trying to help you, what can I do for you, man? What do you need? Do you want me to hold the camera for you? Do you want me to, hey, I know so-and-so opened up a business. We should interview them. Or if you don't see them really trying to contribute and help you, I just say, "All right, man, let's go to the mall real quick. I got to go grab something." If every time you're trying to do something and they're trying to make it about them for a minute and keep blocking you from what you're doing, like if you're playing football and working out every day, "Oh, all right, let's go here real quick." Next thing you know, you're supposed to work out 5 days. Now you're working out 4, work out 3. Now you're like 2. It's because this person always is putting a block on what you want to do, because they don't want you to rise higher than them in their eyes, instead of helping you.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that we find. When I speak at the schools, that's a big thing we talk about.
That's very true. Yeah, man. It's, I think when when we're trying to find our own path, it's hard to like, feel like you're going in the right direction or feel like it's working out. And then it's, and mind you, you're the only one with that vision. So if you're not like laser focused, it's easy to lose track. It's easy to lose like hope in a way. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't
because when you try to. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, well, it's hard because you might not see the progress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might not see the progress. Like, I can see it if I'm watching you and I'm like, this looks better. The way he speaks is better. His confidence is better. Oh, he's got this one on there today. Or whatever. I'm seeing your progress. You might not see it because it's the same thing. It's like working out. You might not see your body's starting to get to, definition. But somebody else hasn't seen you. It's like, okay, I see you in the gym. We're like, no. Nah. Because we're on the outside, so we see your progress. But it is hard. It is hard because you don't realize it takes time. When people say, "Oh man, that dude came out of nowhere," he's like the biggest selling. I'll just say Kevin Hart, just for sake of argument. He came out of nowhere. No, man, you go. What happens? You start looking at the videos and they start showing old movies. He's been hitting the streets for years. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. But when it's your time, it's your time. You just can't give up.
Yeah.
You got to look what's working. And don't people like, I got a clothing company, I got a sneaker company, I got just like, dude, what are you doing? For what? You're trying to grab all this stuff and none of it's successful. None of it's working because you can't do that. You got to focus on really one thing first. Some people want to just to say, I got a company.
Right.
They're not really doing it. They want the name just so they can put it out there and say it. They're not doing it. They're not making any money. That they're just blowing it. They're not really trying to make it work. One thing at a time. Yeah. You focus on one thing. Then you see what works, what didn't work. Take another path. And then repeat. Say it works. Okay, boom. I'm going back and do the exact same thing. Make it work. Yeah. Like I had to do that. I have to go back and reset and do the exact same thing I did. But now it's just more people that I'm dealing with. So that's why I have somebody else that does my website. You know what I mean? Have somebody else that takes care of like helping sponsorship and like Les, because I can't focus on that. And I'm not in that place.
No, that's very true.
Yeah. Ask when you need help, man. Don't think you gotta do it all by yourself. Ask. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me.
That's a big thing for me at times. I think I like to be independent at times, but I think like and always that humility is key. Because that might be something that like you need a team. You need you need people. You need team. You need people that's gonna support you because when things get hard, you have something to fall back onto to not fall too far. You know what I mean?
Now you said about the falling back on too, and it's a hard. And I'm with you too on that. So I still have my job. I just dropped hours. And that was like my wife pushed me. She's like, "You're good. You make money doing this. You make money doing that." So I dropped like 16 to 24 hours from work. I was 40 hours for years. And I was like, I dropped hours. And it feels it's scary. It was scary because I'm like, because you put yourself in this position where I got to make this much money. I got to put out this bill. First of all, don't overextend yourself. Don't overextend yourself. That's a big thing. Get what you need. And then you work from there. And when she's like, she's like, no, we're good. You're good. Just go ahead and do it. It's scary because now you got to work harder because that check, that certain amount you're used to getting every week is not going to be there. When I saw my first couple of checks after I got those hours, I was like, oh, damn. All right, we can spaghetti. Yeah, make spaghetti again tonight. No, she goes, stop. She's like, we're fine. She's like, you're fine. But you do. Like, I don't go out and eat. And like, I shouldn't have been doing it anyways. Look at your miscellaneous, dude. I'm not joking. I had to look at my miscellaneous. I went and looked at my debit card for 2 months, 3 months. I'm like, that's like a couple of mortgages. I'm like, you don't realize how much you spend sometimes.
Seriously, though. Not in the moment, no.
So now I was like, all right, I can't have that. So when I started focusing on that, yeah, you got to get people, and I had to ask for help. So you take that breath. All right, I need this. Can anybody do this? Because you don't want to just appoint somebody and say, hey, do that, because if they don't know what they're doing, if they're not into it, you're not going to get the best people for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that that person knows what they're doing, because that'll take one less thing off of you. Like, all right, cool. I know they're going to do that for me because they know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100% makes sense.
Yeah. So my friend, the girl who does my website, doesn't even live here. She lives in Marlboro. But we've been friends forever. So I just send her stuff, email, send her pictures, whatever. She's like, boom, and we just text, email back and forth. I don't stress at all. I don't worry at all. That's like what up.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I love how you use your peoples for your team too.
Oh yeah, you got to. Like I said, but everybody can't do everything, so you got to ask them, like, what do you like to do? That's what I said. I said, what do you like to do? And she was like, all right. I'm like, cool. So that made it easy. My wife, boom, what do you like to do? My girl, Crystal, what do you do? Yep. Victoria, boom. And they're like, this is what I love. I love to do this. One's a banker, one does this. Nurse, one does this on engineering or organizing. That's all the stuff I'm not good at. You gotta tell you guys, you gotta know what you're not good at. You know, and like you said, it's like you're like giving up that power. It's still yours. You know, it's still your business, still your show. You just gotta ask for help.
Right. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. I was gonna ask, like, in what ways could seeking out new experiences help you grow in your skills and like find your true potential?
Go outside the box. Go outside the comfort zone. Like I would go to different types of events. I watch certain people that I look up to. Like if I have somebody that you like what they're doing, and I see stuff they're doing, and I watch, I'm like, I could do that. And then you gotta find your audience. And that's the other thing. So who do you want to be your audience, or who is for what you want, whatever your mission is, whatever your goal is, and what you're trying to do with your business, who your audience is. Okay, so I need to be more directed things towards this. Like for me, I have a lot of kids, because a lot of stuff I do when we go to the schools and I speak, and then we do dance. I got a DJ, so we're like, I'm singing, I'm rapping, whatever songs are, and we're partying with the kids. So the kids are like right there. So that's my audience on that level. And then I have older, I have older women. I have that like I'll say like 35 and up, 40 and up, and into like I found out, like I'm looking at my whole graph. I'm like 55, 60, 75. I'm like, these women could say, well, it's the end. When I'm talking about and stuff, it's like people that want to like better their lives. Guys that watch, they don't tell me, but they might come up to me in my ear, like, "Good job, man," and they walk away, and I'm like. And they're watching, so I had to go outside my box. So I did. I started going to different types of events. I started getting more about self-care. I get a massage like every month, like an hour and a half. So I started talking about that, and like facial stuff like that, and just health and my eating. And like I have my cheat days all day, but that's how you start to find your market, who you want to be catering to. Don't worry about somebody else. What do you like? You know, see, that's what I do. I look at what do I like and what I watch. And I found myself feeling better. I started meeting a lot of different types of people. I've had some great conversations with people that were not afraid to ask me about race and about what I've been through, or how I feel about where I live, or they have a friend that they work with, or interactions. I had a guy today, and he's like, he was out with he works for a medical company, and the guy he works with was black, and my guy was talking to his wife, and he's like, they put him down, and I call alcohol the devil's. I call alcohol the devil's truth serum. So, because sometimes you start to say what's really on your mind, what's feeling. So this, and he said this guy was just like pointing out there, like, you guys have no idea how hard it is for me to be like usually the only black guy in a room in the medical field or in an office, and he goes, it's like one or two people of color and everybody else is white, and he goes and stares, and they're thinking, they're wondering, do I know what I'm talking about? That he goes, you can feel it. He goes, you're not going to feel it because you've never been in that situation. And that's what I told him. Like, that's what I understand that. I do get that. I said, because your conversation and my conversation are going to be different, and he goes, he never thought about that. And I was like, so it's put me in a better frame of mind, put me in a better path of how to speak with people and how to understand from both sides. So that just helped me grow. I progressed. I feel wiser when it comes to what what's true, what isn't true, what to believe, what not to believe. Finding out myself, not just listening.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. I like to go to the source as much as you can. If you can go to the source, I try to go to the source for everything, and I stop a lot of people from coming towards me. You know what the Heisman Trophy is? Football in one hand, Heisman like that's a trophy. I do the Heisman to people at wherever I go because I know they're already negative. Hey JT, I'm like, give me a minute, Sarah. I'll stop her. She'll be way back. And after a while, she realizes that she's not gonna give me that negative energy. So I've learned to politely eliminate people, and I've also learned to ask more questions. So I found that.
That's good.
Yeah, you have to. But you, like I said, every day you got to sit, and I grade myself at the end of the night. Like, how was I today? Like, did I do this? I'm supposed to do this. I didn't do that. I give myself like C plus, B minus. Tomorrow, so now I have something to look forward to. All right, let's go. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I grade myself every night.
You try to be better every single day. That's great.
You got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah,
like,
very true. You did mention that.
You got to really be honest. Like, it's like, damn, that sucked today. That was horrible. But don't let it be a whole day. Just let that moment. It is what it is. You want to yell. You want to take a walk outside. You want to throw something, whatever it is. But don't let that be a whole day. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Don't let that be a whole day.
Yeah.
Got it?
Super important.
Figure it out. All right, let's go. Don't ruin the whole day. Because then you're blocking all your positive energy. You're blocking your gifts, man. You're blocking those positive energy. Because somebody could be watching you, about to come up to you and be like, hey, see, I want you to. I don't like that kid's energy right now. I'm not feeling. Yeah. And that's a big thing.
That's very true. Moment. I feel like bad moments can they obviously stick more than the good ones, but even like a bad moment kind of can control a day. You know what I mean? If you're not careful.
Yeah.
Like you have a pretty good day, and then one bad moment, it's just like I did terrible.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can let that be. I have to be victimize ourselves a lot.
We know there's certain things that God forbid anything really, you know what I mean? Like horrific happens. Like we know that. Certain things like that are gonna take over. We understand that that's it, but that's not gonna be every day. And it's like then I got to look at how much am I allowing this to happen? Like how much, was this my responsibility? Like did I let that person in? Did I know I was supposed to do something? I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like you got to take responsibility. Like if this is all on somebody else, like all right, that's on them. But like damn, I knew it. That pit in your stomach when sometimes you shouldn't say something or you shouldn't go that way. You should. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be like
Yep.
And I knew it. And so I was like, all right, let's go. Finish it up. I got finish beating me up, whatever it is, because I knew I shouldn't have done it. But sometimes it happens. It happens. Oh,
it does, man.
Oh yeah.
So like for those listening, like what strategies could you use to achieve your goals and your person and even see growth? Because you mentioned grading yourself. How do you bounce back in those days? How do you set goals to achieve?
I like to do my vision board. So, like I said, I look at, and my vision board has been between keeping my faith and believing in myself. And like I said, I can't tell everybody everything you want to do. So at the end of the night, I just write myself, boom, I need this and this and this and this. I put it up there. I speak it. I say it. I believe it. So that last part of the night, all right. So you got to really think, like I said, stop looking at all the nonsense and look at what it is that you want to do. If somebody's already doing it, or you can make it a little better, or you like certain things about them, boom, watch them, watch their videos, see this stuff, see how they started. Go back. It's like, all right, I can do that. I like that. I don't like that. And you take them. That's your homework. You're taking those notes down, and that's what I did. And so I started writing it out. I got my journal. I'm okay. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to start. I'm going to get up earlier. I get up half an hour. I get up half an hour to 45 minutes earlier just to do my meditation, my thoughts, my prayers, and a slight workout. So that's how I start my day. So this is what I had to start doing. So figure out what you want to do first. Get your vision board, get your thing, put it down. Bam. So when you wake up, you're already excited because you got something to look forward to. All right. That's what you got to do. You got to create your excitement. And what you listen to, that last thing you listen to at night, you don't want to. That's what's going to be controlling. So try to like keep it on something positive that's good for you. That's geared towards what you want. Let the phone down, put all that BS down, and be like, okay, so this is what we did. And I started doing that and finding it. And then I started to reach out towards people that were doing it. Hey, can I just come over? Can I check it out? I'm watching. Okay. Again, this is where you got to go outside your comfort zone. You got to ask. Closed mouths don't get fed. You speak nothing happens.
Very true.
That, right? You start creating. Take a class. I took some online stuff. Took a couple of courses here. Dude, go on. You can get so many different things you can learn offline. Some are for free. Some might cost you $10, $30, $40. We've all spent money way more than that for nothing and got nothing out of it. So slowly develop. And again, think of taking your time. Take your time. Don't look. Nothing's going to come quick. So don't be. If you're in a rush, then it's not for you. You got to grow. You got to take your time. In those days that you think nothing's happening, trust me, it is. Because you're already a couple of steps ahead of somebody else. But again, what am I going to say? Can't tell everybody what you're doing. I can't stress this enough. I told somebody about an idea before, and they went and did it. And it came out half-assed. Because it's like now I'm like, I can't do it because it looks like I'm following him. And it wasn't. I was just sour. And I'm like, that's my fault. You gotta lead. So, like I said, every night, set the tone, write everything down you want, start to follow, or looking up and start doing that research. Take like some on like little on. I took some stuff, a couple things I want to learn about marketing. So when I'm doing so much on social media about that stuff, about marketing, what works and what doesn't work. And then I started saying, okay, well, now I know what relates to me, but this is my story and what I'm doing. So I'm actually hoping that somebody else can relate to me when I'm saying, I'm going to touch somebody else. And what do I want?
Yeah.
I love it. It'll happen. You might not be in the beginning. It'll happen. But you got to believe in yourself, dude. It's crazy. I'm excited. I'm happy. I really am happy.
That's what's up. I love that.
I appreciate it. Right now. So just you got to do what you want. Like I said, one thing at a time. So write it down. Do you know, like, this is what you want to do? Is it have the progress? Like, what else do you want to do? For you, like, what's the goal for you right now with the show?
I think for me, like, with this podcast, I really want to reach people that I know, reach people that are kind of like me, or even just trying to find like what they love to do, and just inspire them day in, day out, every time they hear a message.
See, I like that. I like the setup. I like what you want to do, and then look at what is going to be different. Like, why are you going to stick out? Like, what are you going to bring to the table that's going to be different from this one? Am I going to look at you? If I'm going to see your picture and be like, oh, it's going to be the same ish like this and this. No, you're bringing something different. You got to think, like, what is unique? And don't think you're going to follow somebody else. Do you, dude? I don't care whatever it is that makes you happy, that you think that will make somebody else connect with you. That's what you want to do. Don't follow everybody else. See what they're doing. Because negative can make views all day. I could wear a half shirt and put whipped cream on my chest all day and start dancing. People are like, 20 million views. I can do that all crazy. But that's not what I want. I want true people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people that come in and I'm busy. I'm like, I get a couple of events a week to do, and I love it because it's natural. It's genuine. Those are people that want to reach out and want to come and want to see me, or they hire me. And people that watch and they write back, and you got to respond back to them. So that's like, I see people, I go on their page, I see people that have like 50,000, 60,000 followers. And so I went on their pages, I started looking at all their followers, and I started going, I'm like, bot. I'm like, these are people that you bought your 50,000.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter, because you can have all those followers and still not making any money, because it's not people that are real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get your genuine, get your real followers. You got to go out there and meet them and make them want to follow. Say, hey, follow me. I got this going on. You know what? Just follow me, check it out, see if you like it. You got to sell yourself. Nobody's gonna be better. Nobody's gonna sell you better than you. And be,
That's
you
key.
know, true, and be genuine, because you ain't got be you. Because if you start lying, then you got to remember what you said and how you were. Just be you.
Just be you, man. You're gonna get because one thing with that too is like you don't want people to get the not real you, because like you're gonna have, it's like it comes with identity crisis, but it also comes with like people are never gonna get to know you, or even they're not gonna watch the authentic you because of that. They're just gonna watch who they think they watching, and then when you start, when things start changing and you start like growing and understanding yourself, you won't really know who you are, and then they won't know who you are. They don't even know who they followed anymore.
Correct.
It's like, what did you stick to?
Right.
So I do think authenticity is key, man. Definitely don't want to lose that, because you don't want 60,000 fake followers. You'd rather have 30, even 5,000 real ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd like collectively, I probably like 25, 30,000 collectively across my thing. And it's like, some people are like, man, you gotta have more. You gotta have more. I'm like, I'm good. I was like, because I'm busy and things are happening. I know I have to work at more. I absolutely could. And I started doing more of it. Like, hey, follow me on this. I'm on this, meeting people. No, I'm not preaching it enough. I'm not saying, hey, I love what you do. Are you following me? Well, no, but I go on there to find. All right, oh, you know what? Follow me right here. Boom, and have them do it like right then, and then say thank you. So it's like, because some people like this lazy, but I'm going to, and they forget. So while they're there, and like on my stuff, I have the QR code, bam, and people follow immediately. So you got to like help people out sometimes. You know what I mean? And but because they want you to feel excited, I want them to be just as excited to meet me as I am to meet them. And that I'm gonna keep giving you some good stuff. And this is real. This is me. I got my bad days. They know people like have a bad day. I say some stuff. People are like, oh, it's okay, man. You good? Like, because they want me to be up, because they're expecting me to be up, but I have to be myself too. And I do. I'm having a bad day. Some nonsense. And I say it. I speak it, and people like can relate, because like, oh, he's always positive. No, I'm real. I'm real. I got my bad days, man. I don't want to talk. Some days I just shut down. Some days I don't go out. I don't go out of the house at all. I'll binge watch, order some food, close the door. My girl's like, we good? I'm like, yep. Get some sushi or whatever I'm going to have, some ribs, whatever it is. I'm like, all right, I'm in for the day. What we putting on? Netflix, let's go. Game of Thrones, The Wire, Average Joe, I don't know, whatever I feel like watching. Bridgerton.
Kick it, man. Yeah. You're just kicking it, man. That's what you gotta do. You always gotta treat ourselves good too, even on the days that aren't good.
You gotta take care of yourself. Right? That massage every month, man. Sometimes I go for facial like that. That just releases. I did Reiki a couple weeks ago. Have you ever did Reiki? Have you ever had Reiki? You know what that is? All right, so Reiki. That's like somebody goes to you and they just take all your energy. They take all your negative energy, all the releases, all that stress. I'm about to say it's more. It's definitely. They can radiate all your energy and all that heat, and they can feel it, and it just like takes it out away from you. It's different. It's different. And, my eyes are watering up. I'm like, she goes, you had a lot of stress. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? She goes, because it's leaving you. It's like it's leaving you. It's like, but people are trained to do that, to do that, and to like just to take away that stress and heal your body from internally. We got to inside first.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
I never heard of that.
It's a lot. It's good. I know I tossed a lot out.
I love that.
I tossed a lot at you tonight. I know.
No, I mean, I'm even just thinking like there's a lot of things when it comes to like taking care of yourself, and even just you mentioned a lot of just kind of like resetting and doing different things, and it kind of one word I think of is just like not taking shortcuts. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't take any shortcuts in your progression, because with you embracing the journey and not like trying to like cut it short, you're able to enjoy where you're at, feel content where you're at, in a way that's like, okay, I'm not like worried about where I'm at because I'm gonna work harder the next day. And those are like really good things. I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna start grading myself like this.
Be in the moment. That's why I hate when I see people out and they're doing the cameras the whole time. I'm like, Joe, just be in the moment. Be in the moment. Enjoy it, because that mental like Rolodex you have in your head, that meant like all this is gonna stay up here, because you're just feeling it at the moment. Like, I can tell you how I felt when I saw New Edition going to concert. I can tell you how I felt when I was like seeing like some, when Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life came out. I'm like, I can tell you like the chills I had. If I'm doing this and filming the whole time, like, you're missing it. You're missing what's actually going on.
Look, you know like look in front of you.
Yeah. It was like I'm watching. It was hard for me to film my son's football games, my daughter's children, because I'm like the camera will be like this. I'm like, I'm in the moment. I'm like running with them, wondering why I'm like so tired at the end of the game, because like your body's like, you don't realize you're like, when you watch a game with football or basketball, sometimes you don't realize that you're moving like with the player, like your body's just. What do you play? Do you play the video games?
Yeah, I love I just like these streaming and stuff.
Yeah, so you know that, so your body's moving like, and I was like, damn, I'm sore. Like it's like I felt like it worked out. It's because I had to just put the tripod up and let it just film, and because I want to be in the moment of and really take it in. It's like you gotta, like, when you do what you do, take all that in, man. Enjoy it and just sit there and be like, damn, I just did that. Like, you just did that.
Yep.
Like you just made, like, and people see, like, when kids hug me, like we have a dance or I'm doing something with the kids, and they're like, can I give you a hug? I'm like, yeah. And the mother's like, is that okay? The father's like, yeah. And it just, but you feel, because something radiated with them that I was doing, and they felt my energy. My energy is pretty strong, but that's because I'm learning how to how to control it, how to put it out there, and it's genuine. And so you can feel that. It's like, that's just me. I'm like, I love it. So I call that, like, you're good. I'm like, yeah. Okay. So I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's a good feeling. Damn, man. I can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait to see what you do, man. Because I do. I like where your head's going. You know.
That's special.
Yeah. When I first met your dad, man, I was like, dude, I could have been hanging with this dude for forever. It's like, we're on the same page.
Yeah. That's how it be, man. But yeah, thanks for everything, man. This is like a lot of gems. I was gonna ask, like, where can one find you online if they want to learn more about your positivity and even just what you're doing with your speaking?
I do videos every day on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So if you go to my website, all the links will be right there. So jtschronicles.com. You can go on my website. You'll see my history, what I've been doing, how some of the things I got to where I'm at. You'll be surprised. Like interviews I've done with, like, Snoop Dogg, Kevin Bacon. I got awards from TD Bank. I've done stuff with, like, Pink. Like, I got, like, I mean, history. Like, I got a lot of different types of things, but it's all positive. That's all brought me to where I'm at right now. I keep going. So that journey, a lot of people are following with me, and they're taking that journey with me. I'm helping people where I'm going to be at next. How to get in contact with me if you want me to come to your school, your business, which I've done businesses too, for people that have gone from, like, small businesses to big, or just how to talk to people, how to help them get along, because you're bringing all these different people together to make your dream happen. It's like, but they don't know how to get along, so I help with that also. You know what I mean? It's how to teach people to leave their negativity outside to make things work. So jtschronicles.com. You can catch me. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, the whole world, you know. If you can't remember, just Google Mayor of Cape Cod. This beautiful West Indian face will pop up. It's it.
That's how you do it, man.
Dude, yeah, this is it. I love it. I appreciate you, man. I definitely want us to do something again. I want to come back to see you.
Definitely, we gotta do something, man. So looking forward to it.
It's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. We speak, right? It's going to happen. We don't.
Power of words, man.
Yeah. See, you already know. That's what I said. Closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to do it. And I always say that. When I say that's one love, one family, one community, I mean that. Dude, I love that, and I share that every day. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Mic drop right there. Y'all have a great time. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and thank you guys so much for watching.